First flight with this FBL, so we'll just check these stability controls first. And it's correcting back to front, front to back, left to right. We move the tail left, we should see those blades kick left, and they do. Move them to the right, and they should kick right, and they do. So just gonna take it up in sport mode and see how it responds to the new flight controller. It's in normal, it's in hold.
Normal mode.
Back in normal mode. Wow. Seems to like it. Nice and stable, that's for sure. So first flight with the Ikon. I had issues with this helicopter before floating backwards. Definitely doesn't seem to be going on at all now. I like the tail position. Seems to be holding that tail nice and high. Response from the tail is good. Control responses are good. Now it's in sport, so it's pretty docile right now. Yeah, very, very spongy, really. Hands off. Wow, yeah, pretty much right out of the box. It's liking the flight controller so far. Whew, what a beautiful helicopter. See how it does in reverse? Yeah, the tail seems pretty stable. Coming backwards in reverse, and it's not wagging around or anything. Got our blade tracking squared away. All right, I'm gonna bump it up to stability high angle.
Stability high.
So this is the third flight mode. You can definitely tell it's a little more lively, a little more responsive to the controls. Whew. What a beautiful helicopter. Tail still nice and stable. I'm bringing it back a little faster and it's still holding. All right, so let's go to agility mode, which is acrobatic on the flight controller and definitely more responsive. I'll tell you, with this larger helicopter, I like it more in agility mode. With the smaller helicopter, that sport mode is kind of nice. But with this larger helicopter, I'm definitely preferring the agility mode. Acrobatic. So it's at 65% in normal flight mode. Let's kick it to stunt one.
Stunt 1.
There it is at 70%. Everything seems very smooth now. When the blade tracking wasn't really sorted away, I was getting a bit of a vibration and the canopy was kind of shaking a little. That's the 5-minute mark. I'm not gonna push anything, I'm gonna put it down. See how this landing goes with this new flight controller. Uneventful. Yeah, flew really good. I like the way the tail was holding too. I mean, I didn't feel like the tail was moving around at all. I got this flight controller just set up and dialed in a little better, and yeah, it flew good. All right, so we're back. We've got our smart Spectrum Smart 4000 milliamp batteries in there. So normal flight mode, it's in agility, hold off.
Normal mode.
And here we go. Flight 2. Whew. Flight 2 with the Ikon 2. Love the way it holds that tail. I feel like this thing looks like a T-Rex. All right, so it's in normal mode now. It's flying at 65% throttle. We're gonna take it to stunt 1. Okay. First time flying inverted with it. Wow. Wow. Is it fast to respond? Yeah, and acrobatic, I mean, it is just amazingly fast to respond. No issues with altitude control. Because it's my first time flying it upside down, I'm intentionally giving it a little extra height. Yeah, and no issues having it glued right where I want it. Plenty of negative authority. I mean, it will climb on a dime, which that's a little different than what I'm used to. It's got plenty of pep in the negative. There it is, hung up upside down. Wow. What a difference. And this thing is flying great. I'm getting the hang of it already. Very responsive. Man, the machine really comes alive in stunt 2. Is it stunt 2? Yeah. That was stunt 1. Here's stunt 2. So this is 80%. Holy cow. Man, what a machine. I gotta invert it one more time. Woo! All right, so back to normal mode. Oh man. I'll tell you what, that thing fired up and landed and spooled up and spooled down just as smooth as silk. I'll take the blame, I guess, with the other flight controller. I mean, I just couldn't make friends with it. But this is the second flight with this Ikon 2, and it's just exactly what I expected. That tail holds exactly where I expect it to. It lands with it up like that, away from the ground. No issues at all with that. I haven't done any tuning at all to the Ikon, and it flew great right out of the box. Not even one set of secondary adjustments or anything. I'm super happy with it. That was the first time that I've inverted this helicopter. Chris Rybert did fly it. He flew it upside down. That was the first time that I flew it upside down, and man, I'll tell you, it's got a ton of negative authority. I mean, if you pull that negative down, it climbs quickly. A ton of negative authority. Didn't have any issues. You know, that first inverted loop out there, or the first time I flipped it upside down, usually I do that just in case I don't have enough negative. I got some room to play with. That was not an issue at all. This thing responds graphically. I mean, it's just like exactly what I expect on these sticks is exactly what it does out there. Now, this is the first time I've flown a 650 class machine. And I would, you know, the 500 is a lot like that too. But when I'm warming up like on the 300 or the 180, they don't have that kind of authority. But man, this thing is, it flew great. I'm super happy with it. I'm super happy with the Ikon. That was, it really flew terrific. You know, maybe it's me. I'm a simple guy. I just found that its programming was very intuitive, very straightforward. All I know is I spent a half hour with it and the thing flies amazing. The flight controller, that is. I spent a longer time taking the head off and putting the swash plate leveler on there, which I probably could have not done, but I just figured I'd you know, go and do it. I had the piece, so I did it. But yeah, it flies terrific. I'm super happy with it. So there's 2 5-minute flights. We'll see what we have left for battery. All right, I'm here with the 650X, and this is the first flight with the Ikon 2, and just looking to take it up and see how it does, and with the new flight controller. put it through normal mode, stunt 1, stunt 2, and then for the time being, I've got the flight modes separate for the flight controller. So I've got the flight modes for the flight controller on this switch, on the C switch.
Stability high angle, stability low angle.
Sport mode is on the bottom. That's the stability low angle. And then the third setting in is the first one up. And then the last setting, acrobatic, is the top switch. So I'll probably run normal when I'm in normal, or sport when I'm in normal mode, just to make it, you know, kind of more going out for doing like tail whips and sweeping turns and stuff, just to make the helicopter respond a little more smooth. And then for inverted, stunt 1, go up to the third flight setting, or acrobatic. Just wait for our FBL to initiate. There it goes. All right, everything looks good there. Using the magnetic canopy mounts for the first time. Whew. They jump right on. Unfortunately, I am not where I want to be down here. There we go. And just get them close and they pop right on. All right, so we flew 5 minutes and 10 seconds, and with 4,000 packs, two 4,000 smart packs, I came down with 35% on the battery. I got to give a big shout out to Brian Birdsong, who makes these camera mounts, and unfortunately I forgot the screw that holds the camera on, so today I wasn't able to do any onboard filming, but the helicopter flew great. I'm super happy with the Ikon, and 5 minutes of flight time, and I have 35% remaining on these batteries. They're definitely more than enough.